With this full moon, it's about looking back on what happened 6 months ago. Anything you planned or initiated, it can come into full fruition now. All the endings can happen now. Hi guys, this is Nikki K and welcome to Beyond Astro K, where I am your host. I hope you guys are all doing well. I am doing the full moon in Capricorn. And what a full moon it is. I don't say it in a way that's really bad because this full moon is actually really nice. But you know, full moons are about releasing. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going to be happening, what could happen, but also, most importantly, what about all the sun signs? Okay, because I'll be pulling out some cards, some moon cards, moon tarot cards for the sun signs. So, as you all know, full moons are about releasing. So, it's about looking back on what happened. With full moons, you have to look at what happened during the new moon. So, looking back what happened in January the 13th till now. And for some of us, a lot may not have happened. For some, a lot has happened. Hopefully it's all been good. But still it's Capricorn, and Capricorn is to do with, as you guys know, it's structure, power, building, hard work, consistency, rising to the top. There's also an element of, control. Those are some of the elements. So with this full moon, this is a time of really, a lot of these themes are definitely going to be coming up, but there's also a lot of things that we're going to have to release relating to this. This full moon, it obviously, as we know, because whenever there's a full moon, it is, opposite the sun, which is in Cancer. So there's this push and pull between like the 4th house and the 10th house. I want to, make sure my career is on point. I want to provide. I want to be, financially secure. It's a materialistic time. But also I want to tend to the family. I want to be closer to the family. I want to, provide for my family. But also, this is the theme is, emotional connection to roots, security, being more secure. So there's a lot of that going on. So there's like a little bit of push and pull, but it's not like a huge headache. It's just mostly a little bit of a frustration, but things can actually work out. We have lovely Jupiter, because the planets are talking. The planets are not really arguing too much. They're not too much. The planets are talking, but they are also vying for power. And I say that because we have the Venus in Cancer, which is going in Cancer. It opposes Pluto. So there's going to be a lot of power struggles. There can be, because some people might even like this, but there can be some power struggles when it comes to like relationships, themes that can come up during this. And the power struggles could also be to manipulation, control, jealousy. If some of you, if you're single, there can be this huge, strong, deep, karmatic attraction to someone. You may not want to let them go. You could be thinking about them too much. But this is a time to be open. This full moon is also telling us that, it's about being open with our insecurities and being honest, and knowing that obviously a large part of this is to do with insecurity and lack of control. As always, we have another, the planets are actually clashing with this during this full moon, and it's the Saturn square Uranus. And I've spoken about this, and this is to do with the old and the new. So during this full moon, there's going to be old structures that are going to definitely be brought down, and it may not be pretty, but it's also showing us this is, we are moving into a new world. You know, we are rebuilding ourselves now. We are restructuring something that was working in the past, but now it's time to try and navigate a new world. Some people call it like the new world order, but it's like a new world that's coming. We are trying to rebuild. We are trying to build and rebuild a new world within ourselves. So that's, you know, that's the clash that's going to happen. But I do feel, because it's the moon, full moon, is about releasing. This will be within inside us. A lot of us can actually, you know, find ourselves rising from that phoenix, transforming ourselves. There's a lovely, lovely trine with Jupiter in Pisces. Even though it's retrograde, it's actually binding the two energies together. Okay, so it's, you know, I will speak more, you know, but the Jupiter in Pisces retrograde is helping like this sort of like inattention that we could be feeling, and also giving us hope during this time. And even though it is retrograde, it's making us go more introspective and going over thoughts and feelings on how it is to do with, like, you know, our, when it does come to, you know, this will actually help us let go a bit more, and also make us sort of analyze, or even like emotionally analyze why we are holding on to something that is basically no longer working. So that's what the planets are saying. The planets, you know, when they do talk, it can be very crazy, but when they're getting on, they're really getting on. But even though we have them arguing as well, that is just showing us that, you know, when things are too safe, we just need it. We just need to, like, you know, mix things up a bit. That's what the planets are saying. So, you know, when they argue like that, not take it as a grain of salt, but see it as, okay, this is like a problem that needs my attention now. Let's see what we can do. Okay, with this full moon in Capricorn, it is a 3 degree, so like any cardinal signs, which is like Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. If you're very early degrees, this will definitely affect you, but regardless, it's going to affect you. And you know, this full moon, because I actually have cards as well, cannot forget the cards, guys. These cards that I have is, you know, it's just going to be showing us about what's going to be happening. Okay, so I'm just going to be talking about that. I completely forgot to introduce the cards to you guys, see what you're dealing with. So just bear with me. I apologize. Okay, so these cards are what's going to be happening during this full moon in Capricorn. So we have the moon, which is in Capricorn, which is the devil. It is a lovely, you know, sextile to Jupiter, which is a 9 of Cups. We also have the Venus, because remember we have Venus, which is also in Cancer. It opposes Pluto, which is a judgment card. And not forgetting, we have the square to Uranus and Capricorn. Okay, so they are all, and we also have these moon cards, which I'll be talking about, pulling out moon cards for all you guys, all you star signs. So this is what this will represent. You know, it's a mixed bag of what's going on. And this is all just showing us in what we can definitely expect. You know, we are going to be working with the moon and with Capricorn. But, you know, the themes are going to be very, you know, it's going to be very prevalent to this time. And some of the themes that we work with, and some of the themes that we are going to be releasing as well, it is to do with, you know, it is the themes of like materialism and the greed, and also what we are chained to, what we are actually definitely comfortable with. And we can find it quite hard and challenging to like move on. You know, so that's where the Fool and the Wheel comes in. They are going to be challenging us to you know, go with the flow, but also try to restructure ourselves. You know, we do want to move into a new world, but still it seems very unknown. You know, the Fool card is going at its own pace. It's still very unknown. But where we move to in an unknown space, it should be, you know, in a way, it should be very unknown, because sometimes, yes, we are going to be planning, we are going to be coming off and unchaining ourselves to themes that were built up from like January till now, you know, because we felt very safe. A lot of us felt very safe. And now it's just, you know, we are going to be feeling quite unsafe, because we're moving to somewhere else, and where we're heading, some of us are actually very excited about where we are, where we're not going to be going. I know that might sound strange, but going somewhere, moving somewhere, being something else, or being somewhere else, which actually is a very exciting time. But still, we are very quite reserved. You know, we are wondering what this new world's going to be, what this new opening's going to be for us. So we have to have that element of control as well. But we can't have too much control, and we can't have too much of this crazy energy, even though the Uranus square is going to be playing, is more stronger this time, because, you know, Saturn is reversed. You know, so when Saturn's being reversed, it is showing us, you know, even like in the reverse, it's showing us, yes, you know, we stick to this world now, but when it's reversed, it's like, okay, the wheel is going to be turning, and, you know, you're going to have to jump on that wheel just to see, and you're going to see what happens. And it does feel like a scary time. This new moon will also bring up, you know, when we are doing like releasing work, it can bring up, it can make some of us like tremble inside. Some of us can actually cry. And that's where this moon card is not only helping us to connect to our emotions, connect to our, you know, our roots as well, but also saying to us, everything is okay. It's not really bad that this is happening, you know, because you're just shedding that skin. Okay. And after we have the Jupiter card, Pisces in, you know, retrograde in Jupiter, and it's showing, and also this is also going to be helping with the releasing as well. And the release can actually feel during, I think, you know, I feel that this time the releasing can actually feel quite, you know, it's like when you're having a shower and you're just, you know, washing off all the dirt. It's just like this is what I needed to do from like January till now. This needed to happen, and finally it's actually happened. So the releasing will feel very different now. Okay, then we have the opposition to, you know, Venus in Cancer opposing Pluto. So yes, all these themes are going to be definitely coming up, but just knowing that it does mean that, you know, if we do open up and be honest with ourselves, we will, you know, this is definitely to do with like some type of insecurity and something that also happened in the past, because the Two of Cups is also showing us that it is, you know, it's companionship, it's about harmony, it's about peace. Things are feeling quite safe. And, you know, it's commitment, but then we have the transformating, you know, the Judgment card is, which is helping us transform. It's helping us to see the light, and the light isn't always too pretty as well, but still it's, you know, at this time it's the best thing that will actually happen to us, because the old structures are actually dying now. But the old structures are mostly to do within ourselves. You know, we are moving into the new world. The Judgment card is also saying, because it's a Pluto card, and Pluto is in Capricorn. Yeah, so you've got these two cards together. Pluto in Capricorn. Sorry, Pluto in Capricorn. And, you know, we have Saturn card. So all of these things are being, you know, we are living in a world right now that is like controlled freedom, you know, but we still have to transform. We have to still work on transforming ourselves. And this, especially when it comes to like relationships within ourselves, but also relationships that you know, was to do with like happening in the past, happening when, you know, because all this, you know, all these, you know, the opposition to Pluto is to do with what happened to us, a lot of us in the past. And this is going to be a major theme that comes up because Capricorn rules the past. Okay, so with it ruling the past, and also Capricorns generally they live in the past, you know, and Cancers they have thoughts of in the past. So with Venus being there, this is like relationships. This is to do with like when it's concerning like money. This is also concerning, you know, our self-value, our self-worth as well. How we dress, what we're eating, you know, because we could actually, you know, start to really, you know, overeat, eat our emotions, overfeeding, even overfeeding our partner because we want to please them. We want to emotionally manipulate, emotionally control. We could do this to ourselves too during this full moon in Capricorn time. So we have to look at these themes. These themes are going to be looked at on a deeper level, but we still have to obviously be ready, you know. But the end goal is definitely to transform. That's the end goal. We do need to transform. And when we transform, we are shedding that skin. We are also opening up to something unknown. It could feel quite dark, but it could also be very light, you know. But we are transforming. The main themes is transforming and also connecting to our heart to see what happens, but also to see if we've learned anything as well from January till now. It is all about learning. The Fool is guiding us definitely to learn and to seek freedom, that we need to let go of like these chains that we actually have. Okay, so that was what the card message is. And you know, I had some other things that I wanted to say as well, but you know, another thing with like the Jupiter, because the Jupiter in Pisces is actually, you know, it's such a healing time that we're going to be feeling that we're going to be healing as well. And this will definitely bring out, you know, some like other themes that I feel that during this time is, you know, it's a other themes, sorry, is about companionship, family, harmony, and also, you know, intuition is going to be heightened. Our mood and energy, wanting to be working a team, our relationships, partnerships are definitely going to be playing a big part. Also, healing ourselves and, you know, sensing, you know, like heightened intuition, you know, our daily responsibilities, our daily duties, teaching, harmony. I'm also seeing as well is being solid in our foundations, working hard, taking our responsibilities seriously, working towards a goal. This full moon, I do feel, is also about consistency, and there can be a conservative element to it, but also persistence. Yeah, so there's going to be, I feel a lot of these themes are going to be coming out. Theme when it comes to this, you know, sextile Jupiter, you know, it definitely will bring out happiness during this time, you know, and also there's going to be also a friendliness as well. And this can actually attract really good things into our lives as well. You know, if this could be a new job, you know, like a new job, a new lover, this, you know, and also because it's Capricorn, it's more of a down-to-earth time. So, you know, even how we express ourselves, we can also bring good things into our lives. And a lot of opportunities can definitely, especially if we do like the work, a lot of opportunities can definitely come. So, but also obviously we have to be very patient and very tolerant, and also, you know, the moon, like I said, is opposite the sun, so obviously that can cause some craziness, but still we are also learning. Okay, and what else was I going to say? Yes, also with this is, you know, with Jupiter being in the middle of these two opposing views, it's definitely going to be bringing peace, and it's going to be helping us. I think I've said this before, but it's going to definitely help us with release. And also, the most important thing is seeing the bigger picture, and also helping us to like move forward to create a positive outcome. Okay, so that's what I really wanted to say, and what the card messages are saying as well. So I hope that this helps, and you know, that was like the whole theme of what I was thinking, channeling, the major themes that could happen. So let's get to the card messages for the signs. So we are working with the moon, which I think is very important during this time. So let's start off with Capricorn, because you know you're the star of the show. You know, slowly you are the star of the show. So the first, you know, this is going to be like in your first house. Okay, and you know, we have like Jupiter that's in your third house. So this is about how you're, you know, you're going to be working on, you know, there may be things that you're working on when it comes to like your communication with daily commuting. And you know, some of you Capricorns can find this time there's going to be a release when it comes to what you used to learn and what you actually want to learn now. You could, you know, this could be to do with writing, speaking. You know, obviously there might be some issues when it comes to like your relationships, like some power struggles of how you want your relationship to be, on how your partner is. You know, themes of business contracts can also come up too. You know, and you know how you are when it comes to like your finances and your, you know, yeah, how you are when it comes to your finances, and also when it comes to your, you know, your creativity. There may be this big mashup with that. So this is full moon just asks you to release something that is not really important and put something that is more important. Okay, the card that you have is you are good enough. So there might be some insecurities that come up during this time, but it's just it's just about you putting things, putting things that are of most importance now, Capricorn. You know, it is a time for you to sort of try to have fun as well, because you know when you're the star of the show, you're putting yourself forward. So, you know, making sure that you're having fun as well, and trying to harmonize when it comes to like your relationship and how you want to pursue your goals. Aquarius, this is in your 12th house. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of undoing and releasing going on. You know, and these themes are definitely to be, you know, this is definitely to do with like with your money. There could be a money situation coming up, but also Venus, you know, Jupiter in your second house could actually bring more opportunities when it comes to earnings. So there will be something you'll need to release, some type of addiction that you have. It could be to do with gambling. You could be doing some secret gambling, you know, with it being in the 12th house. This can give you an open, you know, if you're doing any, this would be actually a great time to, because the 12th house is to do with addictions. So a lot of your Aquarians, there'll be a time that this will be a time for you to release, in order for you to, you know, get the benefits of earning more money, especially when it comes to like your creativity. There could be, you know, some clashes when it comes to like, you know, your spirituality, but also, you know, your goals, like your working life and your daily routines. So any type of, you know, spiritual practice that you're doing, like any like meditation, this would actually be a great time to meditate, or doing any type of spiritual practice that will just help ground you, because you know you have this crazy square with your first and fourth house. So this is to do with like you and your home life. Okay, so there's definitely something that's going to be released. So by you working with that 12th house action, you know, and grounding yourself, things will come into order. And the card that you have is full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get into the way. And this Leo rule your 7th house actually. So, you know, you could be holding on to something. So with this full moon being in your 12th, it's actually helping you to like let go, because the 12th house is about undoings. The hidden enemy could be to do with yourself. You could be feeling quite stubborn in not wanting to let go. So this will be the time to work on this now. Pisces, this is in your 11th house. So there's some, you know, and you got the Jupiter in your first house. So you may be looking within when it comes to like your goals and your friendships. So there might be a friendship that's going, or there might be, you know, an old goal that you no longer feel that you need to work on, and you may be more drawn to spirituality now. But if you are doing a creative project, which is going to be very good at this time because we have Neptune going retrograde as well, this is a great time to continue to work on your creative project, because this can actually, and your spirituality can actually help it as well. So, you know, some of you Pisces may be feeling quite bored of what you're doing, so this may be the time to work more or changing a goal. You know, you also have like the opposition with your 5th and 11th house. So, you know, there may be some power struggles when it comes to like, you know, your creativity in your groups and organizations. So, you know, there could be, you know, friends could be trying to be possessive over your talents, or you yourself could be. This also to do with like, you know, organizations. You have the square, which is in your 3rd and 12th house. So Pisces, you know, this is like a mixture of like, you know, because I do feel some of you may, you know, if some of you are single, there could be someone that's probably a bit obsessed towards you, or it could be your partner. So this is about you releasing something that is going to be hindering your goals and dreams. Okay, so that is, you know, by you walking away, by you doing some, you know, grounding yourself with spiritual practice, but also communicating, because you may not be communicating as much. You know, you might be feeling quite stifled, but you feel that there's nothing you can do. There's something you actually can do. You just have to, you know, speak. So this is about releasing something when it comes to like, you know, your you know, your groups and friends and your goals. You have take action now. You know, it's time to take action. So take action, Pisces. You're mutable. You're a water sign. You know, Jupiter's in your sign. Don't be scared. You know, don't be scared. It's, you know, it's meant to be. You know, you're not good. The only person you're going to be hurting is yourself. So you have the new moon in Aries, which is your 2nd house. It's about taking action. It's about really, you know, what is your heart saying? What's your intuition saying? Because your intuition is going to be heightened. So whatever comes into your vision space, you need to take action. Aries, this is in your 6th house. And, you know, you have this, you have the sextile to pollute. You have basically Aries, this is in your 6th house. This is about your health, your, you know, your wellness, your pets, and also, you know, your routines. You have Jupiter in your 12th. So any like grounding practices, there's a lot of grounding practice a lot of us can actually be doing. So this is showing for you, Aries, that, you know, this is a time that, you know, there's, you know, because the 6th and 12th house actually oppose each other, but still you can actually work with it. So for you, Aries, this is about, you know, following what you need to get done, you know, being structured, being organized, but also knowing when to ground. Okay, and finding a way to ground. You know, you have some energies that is connected to like the home and your family. So there's like this push and pull. There's this sort of like, you know, there could be some like crazy manipulation that's going on in the home. Maybe things you need to fix in the home, but also you want to make sure your career's on point as well. Also with you, Aries, you know, there's, you know, you have the square, which is in your 11th and 2nd house. So this is to do with, you know, when it comes to like your friends and your money, you know, your earned income. So for you, Aries, this is about working on, you know, releasing when it comes to, you know, knowing what needs to be, knowing what is more important first, but structuring yourself. Know, you know, instead of rushing, do one thing at the same time, because you don't want a headache. The 6th house is to do with anxiety as well. So just be really mindful, you know, whatever you're going to be building now or being consistent in now, and looking over things now, everything else will fall into place. And you have balanced spirituality and practicality. It's the moon in Pisces card. So, you know, you do have 12th house energy. You know, you have Jupiter in your 12th house. So this card is just showing you, Aries, to really go within. You know, you know you can find time to go within. You just need to be more patient, because when you do go within, regardless of what you do, the answers will definitely come. You'll find your life a little bit more easier. Taurus, this is in your 9th house. So Taurus, this is to do with like your beliefs, you know, writing to a point, but mostly, you know, publishing. So some of you could actually come to a conclusion of, you know, finishing your book if you're doing one, or any higher beliefs that is happening. You got Jupiter in your 11th house. And with Jupiter being here, Taurus, this is fantastic when it comes to like your relationship, your friendships. But you could also, you know, there could also be an energy of like looking within when it comes to your goals. You know, there could be a goal that's going to be left. You might have come to like an ending from it as well. And, you know, when it comes to like your beliefs systems, you know, this is a great time for you to really let something go and not be afraid to really hold on to it, because your belief systems are actually going to be changing. You have to communicate your truth too. And you know, you got the square to your 10th and 1st house, so even how you're looking at yourself and looking at your work is going to be, you know, you can find yourself getting a bit of a headache. But if you're doing like anything that's to do with like higher spirituality, this will help you at this time. So there's a time to just let go and not try to hold on to any of the themes when it's concerning like your groups and, you know, your beliefs and your career. You're very close to achieving your goal. So if a lot of you Tauruses are seeking like a new goal or seeking like a new career, you know, it obviously is time to release. And even though it's in your 9th house, this is like the higher mind. So you listen to what your higher mind is actually saying, because, you know, you can achieve something, you know, by listening to yourself. You can actually achieve it by letting something go from your life. You can actually go to the next level. Gemini, this is in your 8th house. So this is for a lot of you Geminis are going to be going within, you know, could feel a bit very emotional. This is to do with like your my mind just went black. I'm so sorry, Gemini. We're still in the retrograde. But this is to do with your, you know, the occult, debts, loans, shared resources, and also, you know, deep sexual things you have with your partner, but also probably within yourself. And, you know, you got Jupiter in your 10th, which is a time that, you know, this trine actually can bring a lovely theme for you. You know, you could actually, there could be something you're releasing when it comes to like, you know, an old trauma, an old wound, which can actually help you in your career more than you know. And, you know, the opposition you have between your 2nd and your 8th house, this is to do with like money and power. So really look out if you're trying to control when it comes to like earning money, or even your partner. It's time to sit down and really discuss. And, you know, you have the square, which is in your 9th and 12th house. So like even your mind is going to be, it could feel quite frazzled, because there might be things you're imagining and it might not be true. So really look out for that as well, because your beliefs are definitely going to be changing as well. A lot of your beliefs are going to be changing. But, you know, it's to know what is real and what's not. So, you know, there's lots of elements and themes that are related to like your money that you really have to look out now. And the card you have, Gemini, is an end of a tough new cycle approaches. So the end of a cycle could be relationships. It could be to do with like a loan that you're paying off. It could be, you know, an end of an old wound that you're healing. Anything to do with money, but also your mind. You know, so this is an end of like, and this is a full moon in Capricorn card as well. Lucky you, Gemini. So you might have got this for an actual reason, you know. So this whole cycle that you had built up in yourself, because you have the North Node in your sign as well, an end of a new cycle, and the end of a new cycle is actually approaching for a lot of you Geminis. So you may actually be wrapping up a lot of things. It can be concerning the relationship, concerning how you view yourself, your image, you know, your image, your eating habits, your workout. You know, you are now going to be healthy. You're now going to probably speak your truth. You know, the North Node, I do feel, plays a huge part, but there's a huge ending that's coming up for you. You have to be very open to it and actually have to see it. Okay, so lucky you, Gemini. Cancer. This is in your 7th house with the sextile to your 9th house. So the 7th house is due for like relationships. So this is a great time to release anything in relationship that is concerning, anything to do with business contracts, any type of contract as well, because your beliefs actually could be changing about a relationship. You may not feel that, some of you may feel that you're not feeling quite valued. So there may be a split or a break, but also, your mind is just somewhere else. You want to go somewhere deeper and more spiritual. And also, you got the square to like your 8th and your 11th house. So you might want to even be moving more towards, when it comes to like your close, when it comes to like loans and, money concerning your partner, and moving towards like new friendships and new goals. But something definitely has to be released within, your views could actually be changing in relationship now. So don't be shocked by it, Cancer, because this is like the beginning of a new chapter for you. You have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. You just couldn't really make this up, could you? So Cancer, this is a new, this is a new energy that's happening for you, a personal, and also the 7th house is actually personal. So, you, because you're ruled by the moon, could actually take this even extreme and even more personal, especially when it comes to close relationships, like close friendships. There's going to be this whole releasing craziness going on, and you may find it hard. But if you do little by little, by communicating, by speaking your truth, you have Venus in your sign as well. It's opposing Pluto. So, there might be, you yourself could actually be having power struggles with your partner. You could actually be using the attributes of like manipulation, to keep the partnership going. You definitely have to look at that, so it's the time to release all this now. If your partner's doing it to you, communicate. There's a great time to communicate as well. So, a personal issue reaches resolution. Then we have Leo. So, Leo, this is in your 6th house, about your daily routines, your health, pets as well. You have the square to your 8th. You have the sextile to your 8th. So this is really nice to, this will actually set up, some of you Leos could actually find yourself being very structured when it comes to like any loans and debts, or money owed to you, or money that people owe you. You could be there could be a end of a resolution that's coming. You could be communicating more with people. They can be communicating with you. Or you may decide to end like when it comes to like any type of like money, or it could be in a relationship. Some of you could find yourself actually, there could be a new job that's coming, but there's something has to end when it comes to, money that you're getting from people as well. So this can find you more structured. You have the opposition to your 12th and 6th house. So this is more like spiritual. Yeah, so the spirituality that a lot of you may be seeking, it could be, you could be pushed towards like your work, and you may not find yourself having a lot of downtime. You may be a lot of responsibilities you have to attend to, especially when it comes to like your relationships and your work life as well. A lot of you may want a lot of peace and quiet, but still you have to tend to your work and responsibilities. So with this full moon, it is asking you to really focus on the most important stuff and try to relax as much as you can, ground yourself as much as you can. And what you have is, What do you need to release, Leo? This is what this card is asking. What do you need to release? And be honest with yourself now, you know, because you may enjoy being very busy. You may enjoy life being quite chaotic, but something really has to give in order for you to find peace. So this card is definitely asking you, what do you need to release? Okay, Virgo. This is in your 5th house with the sextile to your 7th. So this is about you really, you know, this is about, you know, your love, your kids, children, you know, fun. This is definitely about fun, but releasing. And the release is to do with, you know, and you also have the sextile to your 7th house. So you may need to release the fact that in order for you to have fun, it's not just by yourself, it is with someone special. You know, if someone special enters your life and they want to do fun things with you, it's about opening up more, you know, because you could gain a lot of opportunities. You know, they can introduce you to someone, you know, they can, you know, if you're doing something creative, the person that you meet or the person that you're dating, they can actually meet you. So it's about releasing thinking that you always want to be alone, if you're like that type of Virgo, and be open to have fun. You know, this person could, you know, offer you so much. You just have to open up. And you know, there's this craziness, the planets are arguing when it comes to like your, you know, your goals and your fun life. You could feel quite restricted when it comes to your fun. And you know, if some of you are single, you could actually meet someone in a friendship, yeah, but you may have old, you know, you may have old traumas from it. You know, the person that you meet, they could remind you of someone that you used to date or used to be friends with, you know. So try and, you know, this is about you working on a psychological level to know that the person is not that person, even though they do remind you of it. And you know, you have the square, which is in your 6th and 9th house. So you know, this is also showing you that there's work that needs to be done when it comes to like your beliefs as well, and also restructuring. And you know, taking care of your health as well, because your health is going to play a major part, but also having fun. So just release the fact that things have to be constricted, and you know, try to relax. The card that you have is believe in the impossible. It's a blue moon. Well, Virgo. So believe in anything that actually comes up now, Virgo. You know, I know you, like Earth sign, need to see to believe. Things are going to be working in your corner now. You just have to believe it. Okay, even though it does seem like things are very up in the air, keep trying. You know, the best thing you can do right now, Virgo, is keep trying, because you know, miracles can happen. Libra, this is in your 4th house. This is with like home, family, you know, your security and roots. And you know, this is going to be about, you know, you got the Jupiter in your 6th, and this is going to be, you know, this is about, you know, setting a routine when it comes to your home. Okay, and you know, some of you Libras may even start rebuilding things in a home, and you know, getting yourself a bit more like healthier, you know, or even getting like the family healthier. There's some, you know, there are some little bit issues concerning, you know, when it comes to your career and your home life. You know, you may be pulled in too many different directions. You know, you may feel like a powerful pull towards staying at home, but then your career, you know, you have to really build your career in order for you to have home security. Okay, and you have like the square when it comes to your 5th and 8th house. So this is to do with a lot of your like creativity, fun, relationships, and also your joint finances as well. So some of you may find that during this time that you have to really work hard in order for you to have fun. But you know, home is where the heart is. As long as you communicate, as long as you keep, you know, try and keep it structured, miracles can definitely happen. You know, you can find that, you know, your career and your home life is pretty sorted. as long as you just keep structure. Something needs to be, you know, the release that I feel that a lot of you will have to do is, you know, outdated routines that are no longer working in order for you to have the security you seek. And the card that you have, Libra, is you and your loved ones are safe. So I know a lot of you Librans are wanted to keep. I do feel a lot of you Librans are in like in a tight relationship, and or some of you are seeking that. So I feel that a lot of you do want this, you know, tight security within a relationship, and it is there, you know, but a lot of you, I feel a lot of you are in your head a lot, that you need more. You just need to be restructured. You just need to restructure things and structure your, you know, your life more. You know, then there may be this issue, there may not an issue, there may be this thing of you want things to be really tight and close, and have to release something in order for it to work out in your favor. So the card is just saying you and your love, it's a new moon in Cancer card, you know, so it's just saying, you know, you are safe. Just restructure things, you know, take out the old and bring in the new. Scorpio, this is in your 5th and your 3rd house, with your 5th house activated in Jupiter. So this is to do with your communication. You know, there's a release that's happening in order for you to get to where you need to get to. And also when it comes to like your writing and speaking, this is to do with like your siblings as well. So any arguments could be now, you know, there could be some big communication when it comes to like, you know, your siblings. If you had arguments, this could be, you know, you could be speaking about it now. Or this could also be any creativity that you guys are initiating. You may need to do more. You may need to communicate more as well. You know, you have, but also, you know, whatever you've wanted to learn, it sort of needs to go. You know, I feel a lot of you want to sort of try something new anyway, start something fresh. This could actually help your creativity now. So you could have been working on something from January till now, and now it's time to like either finish it or just release it. Could be a journalistic project, could be do painting or drawing. You know, your mind is probably spiked now with something different. There is a craziness that's happening, you know, when it comes to like your 9th and 3rd house. So like your belief system, you may be having this certain belief system, but then you find you have to learn more. So you could be more obsessive when it comes to this, but really be mindful of, you know, how obsessive you are, you know, or you may not be doing enough. So, you know, this opposition could be trying to tell you to, you know, really check your facts, you know, before you believe in anything, you know, or if you are working hard, try to relax. If you're not working hard enough, try to, you know, yeah, just work hard, but, you know, within means, you know. But also, you know, the Venus opposition, the Venus in your 9th, is actually showing you could be actually more creative when it comes to like learning, okay? And the Pluto in your 3rd is also giving you that sort of drive to like delve deeper, to like really check things more, okay? Then, you know, you have the square to your 4th and 7th. So this is like power struggles when it comes to like your home and your relationship, but also something's going to be changing within that. Try to not, you know, think the outcome is going to be how it's going to be, because it's actually not, you know. So your main theme is definitely when it comes to like your communication, you know, and checking your facts as well, but also knowing that, you know, you're going to be changing something when it comes to any type of like work skills. The card that you have is time to release negativity, and it's a full moon in Scorpio card. Look at that. So Scorpio, you know, there may be things that a lot of you actually believed and wanted to do, but you know, your mind is now thinking, I don't actually like this. You know, you could have seen a lot of things from January till now, and now you are wanting to do something for yourself. This could be working for yourself. So, you know, you could find yourself quite busy during this time. So it's time to release any negativity. This also could be to do with friends, lovers, goals. You know, it's time to release it now in order for you to be that phoenix. Last but not least, we have Sagittarius, and this is in your 12th house with the Jupiter in your 4th. Even though it does square you, Saggy, you are actually benefiting with Jupiter in your 4th because it's bringing blessings on your home, and you are ruled by Jupiter anyway. So whenever, you know, you may find a little bit of frustration, but still it's giving you blessings. So the blessings that you could receive, and something you to, you know, whatever that's happening in the home, you know, if you're, you know, grounding yourself spiritually, doing something spiritually, or even being listening more, being a counselor. If you're doing if you think of doing voluntary work, even better. You know, this can actually help your home, but in a sense that, you know, things are going to be more peaceful in the home because you are doing that Jupiterian thing. You are, you know, showing a caring side to yourself, you know, and a lot of you can find blessings within the home, like things are going to be more on time now, you know, decorations, or even like your family life, even like security. This is also to do with like land as well. So a lot of you could be thinking of like having land in another country. You know, you have the opposition with Venus and Pluto in your 8th and 12th house. So this is to do with money. Okay, so like Gemini, I think, yes, like Gemini, there could be an issue when it comes to your, you know, money that you are with your partner with. And, you know, your earned, you know, how you view money. Okay, so, you know, be mindful of any like manipulation that is going on when it comes to money, you know, bills that need to be paid, or, you know, if you're holding the money, you're not holding it over your partner, you know, that will need to definitely be released. And also the 3rd and 6th house, Saturn Uranus square, you know, this is transforming your way of, you know, when it comes to like, you know, communication, how you're commuting to work as well. So your 3rd and 6th house. So a lot of you, I feel, are going to be trying to, you know, find a different way or structuring your way. And also when it comes to like your health as well, whatever you're going to be doing, it will affect your health, good or bad. Okay, so mental health may play a big part during this time because it's a very emotional time for you, Sagittarius. So doing anything that is going to be helping you to, you know, align to the higher self will be very beneficial for you. And also whatever you're doing in your 12th house, it's going to help you release any unhealthy habits that's affecting you and affecting your energy. The card you have is the energy is gaining momentum. So the energy is gaining momentum. So your energy is going to be, it's not going to be as high as you actually want it to, but even so, though, Sagittarius, it's about working with it. So when you wake up in the morning, you know, take your time, you know, breathe, you know, look at the window, see the birds. You know, this is, you're actually, you know, even though whatever's in the water house is actually a time of release and a time of reevaluating. Okay, so you could, you know, some of this, the energy also is saying to like look at your surroundings. Yeah, because things are definitely changing, and some of you see the change, but you may not believe in the change. But believe it, you know, Jupiter's in your sign to a point as well. You know, this is going to give you like a higher introspective, a higher learning, but also a higher mind of what is to actually come. When it says the energy is gaining momentum, the energy is changing, the energy is going to go the way that you want it to. You just have to try to raise your vibrations and do all the good things that you've always wanted to do by helping people, but it also help yourself. Okay. So guys, that was the full moon in Capricorn reading for all the signs, and also the tarot, the general tarot. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. You know, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And, you know, you can also let me know how this Capricorn full moon went for you. You know, if it was very crazy or if it was very chilled, let me know. But, you know, thank you very much, guys, for listening. And, oh, yeah, don't forget, sorry, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out Empath Butterflies Tarot and Nata for Days. Empath Butterfly is my sister, and she does general and love for all the tarot and all for all the signs. And Nata for Days interviews people who's navigating their way during the pandemic, building a new life for themselves. And you can also check me out on my podcast, which is on Spotify, Apple, and all other major platforms. So I look forward to seeing you guys there as well. So thank you very much, guys, for listening, and take care. Bye.